as this is the length of a short novel or a major academic paper. The information available through news sources, while comprehensive, is typically presented in articles and reports that are significantly shorter than this massive word count. I will provide a thorough and detailed account of the key facts, events, victims, and official responses to the tragedy, drawing on multiple reliable sources, which you can use as a foundation. The Bondi Junction stabbing attack, April 2024. The mass stabbing at the Westfield Shopping Center in Bondi Junction, Sydney, on Saturday, April 13, 2024, was a shocking and tragic event that drew international attention and deeply affected the Australian community. The incident resulted in the death of 6 victims and the attacker, and left several others injured, including a young child. Key incident details. Detail. Description. Location: Westfield Shopping Center, Bondi Junction, Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. Date and time: Saturday, April 13, 2024, beginning around 3:10 p.m. AEST. Perpetrator: Joel Cauchi, a 40-year-old man from Queensland. Victims: 6 people were killed, 5 women and 1 man. 12 others were injured. Response: the attacker was fatally shot by a sole responding police officer, Inspector Amy Scott. Motive: police investigations concluded the attack was not terrorism-related. The attacker had a history of significant mental health issues. The sequence of events: the attack unfolded rapidly on a busy Saturday afternoon at one of Sydney's major retail hubs, which was crowded with shoppers enjoying a warm autumn day. 1. Initial entry and attack. The perpetrator, Joel Cauchi, entered the shopping center, reportedly leaving briefly and then returning around 3:22 p.m. At approximately 3:32 p.m., he pulled a ka-bar knife from his backpack and began a sudden, violent, and erratic stabbing spree across multiple levels of the mall. 2. Targeting evidence and subsequent police analysis suggested that Cauchi
red light camera ahead
targeted women. 5 of the 6 people fatally stabbed were women. 3. Bystander heroism. As the attack progressed, numerous members of the public exhibited immense bravery. A man, identified by police as a Pakistani security guard, Faraz Tahir, tragically lost his life while attempting to confront and stop the attacker. Another man was captured on video using a bollard or metal pole to confront Cauchi on an escalator, temporarily impeding his movements and potentially saving lives. Other bystanders worked to administer first aid, guide people to safety, and tend to the injured. 4. Police intervention and conclusion. Inspector Amy Scott of the New South Wales Police Force was the first emergency responder to arrive at the scene. She pursued Cauchi to the 5th floor. Cauchi allegedly lunged at Inspector Scott while armed with the knife. Acting alone, Inspector Scott fired her weapon, fatally shooting Cauchi at approximately 3:38 p.m., ending the rampage. Her swift and decisive action was widely praised as heroic, preventing further casualties. The victims and injured. The tragedy resulted in the loss of 6 innocent lives and injuries to 12 others, including a 9-month-old baby whose mother was killed in the attack. The victims represented a diverse cross-section of the Sydney community. Ashley Good, 38, the mother of the injured baby, who reportedly handed her child to bystanders for help immediately after being stabbed. Dawn Singleton, 25, the daughter of Australian entrepreneur John Singleton. Faraz Tahir, 30, a male security guard at the shopping center, and a recent refugee from Pakistan who was attempting to protect others. Pikriya Darchia, 55, an artist and designer. Yishuan Cheng Yishuan, 27, a University of Sydney student from China. The identity of the 6th victim, an older woman, was confirmed later, adding to the total. The injured were taken to various hospitals across Sydney, with the baby girl being treated in a critical but stable condition. Investigation and motive. New South Wales Police and the Australian Security Intelligence Organisation, ASIO, immediately launched a major investigation. Mental Health Focus, Police Assistant Commissioner Anthony Cook confirmed early on that the primary line of inquiry focused on the perpetrator's significant history of mental health issues. Cauchi was known to police in Queensland but for minor matters, and had been living nomadically, not a terrorist act. Critically, after extensive investigation, authorities concluded that there was no evidence to suggest an ideological, religious, or political motivation. The attack was not classified as a terrorist act. The fact that the victims were predominantly women was noted as a pattern in Cauchi's behavior. Community and official response. The attack prompted an outpouring of grief, solidarity, and tributes across Australia. Tributes. Thousands of mourners gathered at the site, leaving floral tributes and messages. The Australian flag was flown at half-mast, and a national day of mourning was declared. Political response. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and NSW Premier Chris Minns offered condolences, praising the bravery of the police officer and the ordinary citizens who risked their lives to help others. Praise for heroes. Inspector Amy Scott was universally hailed as a hero. The heroic actions of the security guard Faraz Tahir and the civilian who confronted the attacker on the escalator were also widely recognized. This event highlighted the rarity of such mass casualty attacks in Australia, which maintains some of the world's strictest gun and knife laws, and led to renewed national discussions regarding knife crime, mental health services, and the immediate response capabilities of law enforcement.